All right. Hello. Mic doesn't feel like it's on. Is this mic on?
It's on.
It's on. Okay, good. It feels like it's on. Smitty, your mic on?
Very on.
Rico, how's yours?
Should be good.
Damn. All right. So it is Pick Central. I look terrible today. Why do I look so bad?
Megan couldn't get her shot in. She's going to have to say it again and again and again.
Megan, you wanna get your shot in?
No, I was just going to say that gray looks it's not a good color for you. It washes you out.
I've never liked you. All right. Pick Central brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Spring is in the air, and that can mean only one thing, spring grilling. Whether you enjoy charcoal or gas grilling, the steak experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to spring into something delicious with their semi-annual sale. That's twice a year, I believe. Right? It's not once every 2 years. Semi-annual.
Biannuals, definitely twice.
With 50% off site-wide, grab all your favorites like perfectly aged tender steaks, ocean-fresh seafood, juicy burgers, incredible air-chilled chicken, and decadent desserts. When you go to omahasteaks.com, use promo code PICKS, P-I-C-K-S, at checkout. You'll get an additional $30 off your order. It's the perfect way to get fired up and spring into something special. You see that wordplay, Smitty? Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, use code PICKS at checkout, and take advantage of this deal, P-I-C-K-S. Omaha Steaks is ready to ship your order right away, and you're going to want to hurry because 50% off site-wide is only happening for a limited time. Do not miss your chance to save. Visit omahasteaks.com. Use code PICKS at checkout. Get an additional $30 off when you shop their semi-annual sale today. A minimum order must be required. Big Ev.
Brandon.
For the first time in your life, you went to Vegas this weekend.
I did.
You left Friday?
Yes.
Had a red eye this morning coming back?
Yep.
Quick trip?
Yep.
How was it?
Fantastic. Everything I imagined and more. Great weekend. Great gambling weekend.
Sounds a little worn out.
He looks like a guy. Yeah, but he's like everything I imagine. It's like a guy seeing the Vatican.
I left it all on the field. I left everything. I gave everything I had to that city.
It's a 2-day town too. So
I did
it right.
I did a 2.5. I took all my friends left early in the morning, so I had a day to myself. So I just was sports book all day, blackjack. Had a great gambling day. It was a lot of fun. I just had a me day at the sports book, but it's fantastic. That city's incredible. I wish I could live there.
How hot was it?
No, it was cold, kind of.
Really?
I think the same as here, to be honest. It was windy a little bit. It was like,
dude, I went in
60,
August.
50.
Did you think it was going to be hot in the first week of March?
I did.
I thought it was going to be warm. I thought it was going to be warm.
I thought it was going to be warmer than here. It was like about the same.
I've only been in the summer as well.
Yeah, me and my friends, we went out. I won a huge poker tournament when I was 22. Bought like 7 or 8 of my close friends out to Vegas. First time ever. We did it up. We stayed at the Hard Rock because that's where our entourage stayed, which was hot at the time. And all we wanted to do was just like go to the pool party because Sunday at the Hard Rock was like it. And we get there, pool's drained.
Oh, no.
Oh man.
March.
How big was the poker tournament you won?
71,000.
Did you spend it all on the Vegas trip?
It was very unwisely spent towards that.
Yeah.
It's part of it. I probably spent like 15 on that. But we're 22. Like, we always talked about if we ever had a big score, like, we take all of our boys.
You only live once.
Yeah, you're real for that, Smitty. A lot of people wouldn't do that. I appreciate that you did that.
I wouldn't do that.
It was legitimately free money, which I
picture
found
my friend group, and I'm like, there's only probably a couple of us that actually would do that.
Megan, you ever been to Vegas?
Yeah, went in April. It was fantastic. Stayed at the Venetian. It was one of the best trips Alex and I have went on. Stayed in the sports book quite a lot.
Excuse me, money bags.
Venetian's nice. Great deep stack poker tournaments there.
Great deep stack. Yeah, I've always said Venetian has the best deep stack poker tournaments.
Nothing compared to your run-of-the-mill great Penn Casino, though.
Yes.
I liked it because we just didn't have to go anywhere. Like everything I needed was right there.
I still say there should be high stakes LCR in casinos, left, right, center. The house gets a 10% cut, but you're telling me you wouldn't go in on a $500 table with 8 seats?
I like playing that when we used to play, like, my Italian side of the family would play that after, like.
You not familiar with this, Brandon?
I'm just trying to figure out how LCR meant left, right, center.
Oh, yeah. It's how it depends on how you stack the dice, but either way, left, right, center. House gets 10%. You're telling me you wouldn't be in on that?
Yeah, sure.
No rules. Do you know the game?
No, I don't know the game at all.
Well, that's why you're out on it. All right, that's fine.
Also, I just want to thank you for dropping in with your new haircut on the way to your 1958 high school basketball tryout.
Listen. Megan, you're the only one with some sense here. What do you think? Does it look bad or what?
It gives
Gel it.
some-
I was wearing a hat, but I mean, it is.
It's giving Peaky Blinders vibes a little
All right,
bit.
fair enough.
But I mean, you're handsome either way, Rico.
Thank you.
So don't worry about it.
All right,
No, he's not.
thank you.
Hey, he's a good looking
Don't
cat.
piss on his leg and tell him it's raining. All right. What else we got? Is that about the show? Y'all ready to go?
It's the best week.
Can we establish a date for the baseball preview Pick Central?
When would you like to do it?
Late March, I suppose.
Well,
I like
Mid to late March.
now we're obviously running it. We got March Madness going, so let's. I don't know what next week's going to look like. So how about the Tuesday after the first weekend of March Madness?
That's fair.
So that's what's
There'll be
today?
no games.
What's today?
Right.
The 6th.
6, yeah.
Next Tuesday will be the 14th. Not that one. The 21st.
Season starts the 30th.
Yeah.
March 21st. Can you tell me what the World Baseball Classic's about to do to baseball? When's that going to be happening? What's going on there?
You know what? I don't know.
That's mid March.
Starts tomorrow, I think.
Well, mid
Have
March.
to ask Mincy
Okay, it starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are
I
they
think-
doing? They're gonna finish that and go right into the season.
Why would I ask Mincy?
because he's growing the game. Unlike,
growing.
he's growing maybe baseball, but not growing Ole Miss basketball. I'll tell you that.
Credit to Ben Mintz for accepting Za's apology on Ole Miss's behalf.
Za should never apologize to anyone from Ole Miss ever.
Zal's tweet was incredible.
And Ben Mintz
So
is
they-
going, I accepted his apology. Wait, what?
I was he was demanding an apology out of you.
Let me tell you
He said,
something.
they should be ashamed the way they treated me.
So Mintz tweeted out this morning that him and За had a heart-to-heart on the phone, like an hour phone conversation. So whatever За did or didn't do, the hour phone conversation with Ben Mintz was a punishment worthy of anything that could have happened. But yes, Ben Mintz has accepted Za's apology.
Breaking news. Ben Bomb. Also, Derek Carr
Strong
supposedly to the Saints. Another Ben Bomb I got texted this morning.
He texted you that?
Yeah.
I think. Does he know that ESPN exists?
No.
He texted me that with like 4 exclamation points, and I go, "That's a lot of exclamation points. Not sure about that, but
I like
guess
them
better
in
than
that
somebody
division,
else
though.
out there."
Oh, you have to like him in that division. If you look at the and I was going to talk NFL later, but they're signing Derek Carr, and he already tweeted out who dat, so it looks like it's pretty much a done deal.
Bucks are washed.
They don't have a quarterback.
Quarterbacks in the division.
Have one.
There are no other.
What are they gonna do?
What
There's
do you
not.
think they're gonna do? They're washed.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck?
There's not another quarterback in the division. If you look at who is on contract,
Yeah, who are the
on
Panthers
contract, the Panthers have
rolling
Matt
out?
Corral and somebody else.
But how high are the Panthers pick?
Darnold still under contract?
No, the Falcons have Desmond Ridder, and that's it.
How high is the Panthers pick?
The ninth right now,
yeah.
as of now.
They're gonna take a quarterback for sure. They have to.
It looks like there's 4 first-round quarterbacks and 4 teams that desperately are they're going to get quarterbacks. The Colts, the Panthers,
Texans.
the Texans, and the Falcons.
Yep.
That seems to be the quarterback needy teams, and I think they're all in the top 10. So
If you were the I say it all the time. If you were the Falcons, though, you really want to roll the dice again with a rookie? I know there's some good rookies. Like,
what are your options?
why wouldn't they go for Carr?
What are your I don't know. I don't know.
I
That's
don't
all.
think they're as established
But
as
I think they're
Saints.
farther. Yeah, they're farther away than the Saints are.
Yeah,
Even though
Derek
the
Carr might
Saints
not.
coach is trash.
But that's the first piece.
But Derek Carr might not take a chance on them. Derek Carr's going to look around and say, who's got a roster that I can go into? And the Saints have a better roster than anybody looking for a quarterback right now, probably, even though they were trash last year.
Honestly, I would honestly say the Jets probably.
Well, that's
the Jet, they're already calling for Joe Douglas's head if he doesn't get Rodgers or Lamar Jackson.
They're gonna end up with like Garoppolo probably. I feel like, which I don't think is a horrible. Option.
I don't think that's terrible.
I don't think their roster. Think about how good they were. They had the worst quarterback in the history of the league statistically.
What about the
They were like almost a playoff team.
so what are the Raiders going to do?
Just chill.
Draft somebody.
I
I don't know.
feel like
What pick do the Raiders have?
I feel like I don't think it's
They're number 7. They're a quarterback. They're gonna want a
their
quarterback.
quarterback. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else they do. I mean, unless they're able to finesse like a Rodgers or something.
Yeah, Rodgers is the ghost of Leroy tweeted out today that Rodgers is probably going back to Green Bay.
The money is too. It's like we'll make something like $60 million this
What
year.
the ghost of Leroy
55 million.
said. So and Leroy R.I.P.
That's
I
a lot of ayahuasca.
I thought Robbie Fox was going to Disney
They're tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we just did spin it back fist.
Oh, okay. You do sound like you enjoyed your weekend in Vegas.
It was awesome. I was hot too. I was hot on the tables. I was hot like betting sports.
It always helps.
The fights were awesome. Like, that was incredible to be there. Like, the John Jones, everything was incredible.
Did y'all see my 7-1 card Saturday?
No. I went 0-3. Cooled off.
Drop
I have the sneaky best part of that card was Roadhouse.
Getting to watch those scenes live was awesome. Was very cool.
Yeah. So, hold on. Knowing what I know about Roadhouse, the original, so they're redoing it, and he's just going to be a UFC fighter in this one?
Apparently, so we pretty much, I believe, we watched the.
So hot.
I've never actually seen Roadhouse, but I know the general story of it.
Roadhouse.
And essentially, he's a UFC fighter. He they stop the fight. He keeps beating the shit out of the guy. Gets kicked out of the UFC. I'm sure he's going to be a bouncer, make his way back.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like. And we basically watched the first fight when he goes nuts. It seemed like, and then we also watched his entrance to the ring. They filmed too, where he gets in the cage, whatever.
Oh, you were part of a movie.
They
filmed it while you were there.
yeah, it was
That's
sick.
crazy.
It was sick to watch it.
It's weird because in the first Roadhouse, Dalton is not anything. He's not
It's also weird in the first Roadhouse, which was what 1988,
88, 89?
Yeah, Patrick
89,
Swayze.
89.
Patrick Swayze was still alive.
Yeah, that was weird
Mhm.
how he was still alive.
It's almost like it's going to be a different movie.
You know, I didn't see Roadhouse until like 5 years ago. I didn't see it back in the 80s.
I'm sorry.
I want to watch it. Everyone says it's great.
It's
Is
something.
it streamable anywhere?
Huh?
Is it streamable anywhere?
Yeah, almost certainly.
I'd love to watch it.
it was.
My dad always told me to watch it.
It's
it was a TNT movie for the longest time.
I don't know how to describe Roadhouse. If you like it, you love it. It's one of those movies.
Okay.
There are people that fucking love it, but it's interesting. I mean, if you can get past the fact that Patrick Swayze, who's probably 5'8" on a good day,
It's an 80s combat movie. That's what it is. It's like best of the best.
yeah. But and they're just in
Which
a
I'm sure nobody's seen either.
there's in the bar. They're in a bar the whole time. There's titties everywhere. I mean, it seems to be a pleasant place.
Who was it? Swayze and Emilio Estevez?
No, he wasn't in it. It was there. Was there really a second? There wasn't a second.
Oh, second
song.
guy? Okay.
Sam Elliott was in it.
And the whole thing is he's just a bouncer, right?
Is a Meatloaf in it? We're seeing the second.
No, the Jeff Healy band was in it or something.
Is Meatloaf dead?
Meatloaf is alive.
No,
Meatloaf died?
Is very dead.
Meatloaf died.
think
It
he
hadn't
died,
been long.
His name is Robert Paulson.
It hadn't been long, has it?
Did he die
And
the
he's
same
dead.
week as Michael Jackson?
No.
No,
Like this
Michael
year.
Jackson been dead.
Yeah,
I'd say
I think
Meatloaf died in the last 5
like,
years.
Last year.
Really?
Yeah.
I think this year. Like within the last year.
You know Meatloaf?
Not really.
Bad
Two
Outta Hell?
albums.
Meatloaf died
Bad Outta
January,
Hell,
Bad
January
Outta Hell
20th,
too. Let's say.
2022.
Yeah, I know
Last
the
year.
name, but
You know the Phil Rizzuto song too, right? When he plays in the Phil Rizzuto about fooling around with the girl in the car.
maybe I've heard it
Is
before.
that Paradise by the Dashboard Light?
Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Might have heard it. I'm not sure.
Bad Out of Hell 2 was good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like that he had 2 albums and just named them the same thing.
Bad Outta Hell, Bad Outta Hell.
One's with the orange hue and one's
First one actually rocks.
I think they
A
both.
really good album.
Yeah.
F the E Street Band's on the first one.
Really.
Really?
I don't know why I said really. I don't care about that fact at all.
Kirk Minahan would. And that's why he's more of a man than you.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Silvio.
Exactly.
Who's Silvio?
Steve Van Sant.
From Sopranos. He's a member of the E Street Band as well.
Like long time member of the E Street Band.
Okay, there's certain things I just don't get into,
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and we got a cross section right now. I don't give a shit about Sopranos. I don't give a shit about the E Street Band.
You don't like The
It's just a unique
Sopranos?
combo that he's a main character in Sopranos and also just a member of a
You can't live in New Jersey and just say you don't give a shit about these films.
I can.
No, you can't.
I
That's why he's
can.
You don't like
You're
The
not able
Sopranos? That's
he doesn't
you don't
watch
like
He
The
doesn't get it.
Sopranos?
He doesn't get the. It's,
Yeah, I think
correct. I
try to
don't,
sell him it's on a comedy. He don't get it.
first of all, I don't really like mob movies or shows. I never
it's
really
so
got
much
into
more
it.
than that, though. It's the
About
family.
family,
so
it's
much more.
relationships,
So much more goes
father
in.
and
It's much
son.
It's not more than that. It's a mob. It's a mob
You
show.
gotta think of
But they
gotta
show you
think
the real,
Carmela.
like it's not just all like it's so much deeper, like the family aspect and all that, like the
I mean, you can't. You
just going through life, like
can't shoo objective top 5 dramas.
That's also not a word. Shoe's not a word. And I recognize
Shoo-shooing it.
I recognize that The Sopranos is seen as one of the seminal shows in TV history, and I respect that. I've just never watched it. And COVID,
I didn't watch it until the year of the pandemic, so I get it.
I'm not
When I
watching
meant to
it.
watch
Not
it-
watching it's a shoo.
I meant to watch it, but I started on The Wire, and I watched The Wire, and I just never circled
Wire's
back.
great.
And then I started doing Curb, and I never circled back and did Sopranos.
Curb's also great.
What's
You've
your
never
What's your
seen The
favorite
Wire,
mob
so-
movie then, Brandon?
Goodfellas.
Casino.
It's a good choice.
You like Casino better than Goodfellas?
I don't know.
I do
just
too.
I
I
think
do.
I've seen it more recently, and I like the.
Casino's long.
Can I just say
Bronx
something?
It's long.
I think what you just
I like
said.
long movies.
I think what you just said, Booze, is something that just people say on the internet to sound cool or sound like they know movies. Nobody likes Casino more than Goodfellas.
I do.
Casino is not better than Goodfellas by any stretch of the imagination.
It's objective.
I like
it
Casino,
better.
but not more than Goodfellas. I think Bronx Tales was underrated one. Bronx Tales fantastic.
Very underrated.
Great movie. I actually saw it on Broadway. It was great as well.
I just watched The Equalizer. Would you guys consider that a mob movie? Because I feel like Denzel Washington is like a mob man in that movie. It was really fun to watch.
No, because it's not about the mob.
I don't. He seemed like he should have been in the mob.
White
though.
Sox Dave says Denzel Washington plays the same character in every movie.
What an awful take. He also thinks that the best movie around is Shrek, which I can give. I do like Shrek, but it's
Best
not the best
comedy.
movie ever.
Shrek was funny when it came out.
It's comedy.
Shrek's funny now. Speaking of movies, here is my 1 minute review for Creed 3. Has anybody else seen
Here we
it?
go.
I rewatched 2, well, obviously, and 1.
No, the
It was not
first-
as bad as I remember.
The first sports movie to
I
break
gotta go
100
see
mil in a
3.
weekend.
And the reason it's the first sports movie to break 100 mil in a weekend is it's fantastic. It is better than 2. Maybe a tick under 1 because number 1 is way, 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 way up there. Creed 3 was fantastic. I loved it. I loved the fight scenes. I loved the story. Everything about it was terrific. I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. It's a great movie.
I'm seeing it tomorrow, Wednesday, for sure.
Yeah. It's. I texted you when I got out of the theater on Friday.
I literally was on the plane going to Vegas, or maybe just got off the plane. I was like, I'm just gonna see it the second I get back.
Yeah.
And it's like Top Gun. I can't watch it on TV. I got to go see it. It's got to be seen in a
I
theater.
say Ken Jack swears if you can get.
I saw it in
the
IMAX.
version. He swore to me like if you can.
What do they clip you for an IMAX ticket these days?
It was $18.50.
Worth
It's not too bad.
Worth it.
$18.50. And me and Tommy went. It was $35.
and then it was as that much in snacks.
Did you get your goobers?
Didn't have goobers. I had to get Bunch of Crunch.
Fantastic snack.
I had to get Bunch of Crunch.
It's you only have it at the movie.
I'm surprised you didn't go to Costco and get your goobers.
No, I got
Tommy's stuffing his pockets.
Right?
I got Bunch of Crunch and popcorn, and I got the large tub of popcorn. And this was like we went to the 11 a.m. show, and like about halfway through,
Day Saturday.
Friday, about halfway through, I realized I shouldn't eat that much popcorn as your first meal of the day. Like it doesn't work out. I
thought you were going to say, I wish I would have pulled the Ben Mintz trick and filled a cup full of butter to finish the rest of my
Well, that's
popcorn.
because the rest of the day you got a stomach full of butter.
So here's the thing. That's why you invest in kids. Because about halfway through,
There you go.
my popcorn was dry. I handed the tub to Tommy and said, "Go get me some butter." And he went and got me some butter.
Go fetch that butter, boy.
Go give me some butter, boy. We had a good time. I had a day with Tommy on Friday, so I appreciate you guys who stayed behind and did the show. Thank you, because I needed that day with my son. Let's see. Y'all want to talk about NFL or college basketball? Because we're going to talk about college basketball for a while.
Let's do NFL.
Let's do NFL first.
I'm interested to see where you want to go, like with different futures.
I don't like the way you said that word.
How do
you
say
said
it?
future, different futures. I don't like the way you said it.
It's too early. It's too early for NFL futures too.
Oh no.
So many.
I think he meant college basketball.
Smitty's still hurting. Let Smitty out of this
Conference
conversation.
Smitty's fine.
Too
Smitty's
early.
fine.
Way too early for.
It's almost baseball season.
Is this that's why he wants to do the baseball preview.
It's but Trey Turner's
Tough day for like guys who make it like a shtick of backing Jackson Mahomes. It's a little tough now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw
Like
that. one.
I
I was gonna
obviously
take a step back off that one.
I got to take a step back off that one. You have John Morant on that list, by the way.
I do. I have
I
several.
definitely
things.
didn't think he liked girls either.
That's
I was
awesome.
very surprised.
All right, NFL.
I have a hard take on John Morant.
We're going to get there. we got 40 minutes to get through everything. Anthony Richardson kills the combine. Anthony Richardson, a very remarkably average quarterback at the University of Florida, where he led an average football team and had an average career, shows up at the combine and tests as the most athletic quarterback in the history of the combine. Now, this is all-time quarterback relative athletic score, RAS, using data from RAS football. He is number 1. He has an all-time RAS rating of a perfect 10 that takes all of his disciplines, the 40-yard dash, the jump, all of that, gave him a perfect 10. Can you name the other 3 quarterbacks on this all-time highest RAS score list? I'll give you their years of their draft.
Yeah, try that.
The 2011 draft
Cam
Newton,
is correct.
Damn.
The 1999 draft,
Mike Vick,
no.
McNabb?
No.
Crouch.
Culpepper?
Drew Brees.
Culpepper.
Oh, okay.
Dante Culpepper. And the 2015 draft.
Deshaun Watson.
No.
Lamar?
This is going to trip y'all up because y'all are exclusively thinking black quarterbacks. And that's
Tebow?
racist.
Josh Allen.
No. Well,
Daniel-
not that white.
No, not Daniel Jones.
Was it 15?
Mariota?
That's like
Marcus Mariota.
Oh, I mixed the years
Good
up.
call. Whoever
Yeah,
said that.
I
Was
mixed
that
the
Booze?
years up.
Yeah, that was Booze.
Good call, Booze.
So Anthony Richardson received an athletic score of 10.0. Cam Newton was a 9.99. Dante Culpepper a 9.98. Marcus Mariota a 9.97.
I remember Culpepper being like that athletic.
No, he
He was a good
He
quarterback.
was a good quarterback. I don't remember.
he
him
was a
being,
pocket
like,
passer. I mean,
I don't remember him being.
He had a
was on-
fucking
was he-
rifle.
You know,
Yeah,
on that 15-1 team that lost on that field
That
goal
was
to
Cunningham.
Atlanta.
That was Randall Cunningham. That was 98, and this was a 99 draft. Yeah.
Oh, damn. So Culpepper was a little bit. Okay, all right.
Yeah. And Culpepper and Moss made a good team for a little bit. And
Yeah,
then
they did.
Then the Dolphins signed Culpepper, and I thought, okay, we're
instead
fucking
of Drew Brees.
we're fucking back. We are fucking back.
I didn't know Cunningham
first-
stuck around that long.
We opened the season with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He didn't
Culpepper's
stick
debut,
around.
and
He
it
made
was
a
awful.
comeback.
They made a comeback. And they were good. They had Chris Carter, Randy Moss. That was
Who was the running back that retired early?
Robert Smith.
yeah. And they went 15-1 and lost to the Atlanta Falcons. Gary Anderson had not missed a kick all year, and then missed a kick to either tie it or win it. I think tie it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, NFL stuff. Richardson kills the combine. Travis Kelce on SNL got rave reviews. Apparently, no, I don't watch SNL today because I'm not a goddamn moron. But he got rave reviews, and all the clips look pretty good. Who are the greatest athletes to ever host SNL? Number one's easy.
Peyton.
Peyton's number one, right? Yeah.
Peyton's funny.
In terms of
Listen.
the quality of the show, you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that skin of him throwing, like, hitting the kids.
United
whatever.
Way thing.
Barkley's funny because
Hysterical.
it's Barkley.
Yeah. Barkley hosted it 4 times.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Did he really?
I think Eli did it, too. His was pretty
Eli
good.
did it.
He was good.
I don't like the guy, but there were some pretty funny skits of Jeter.
Michael Jordan was good as well. Michael Jordan
You
had a
remember,
couple
you
good
remember the
skits.
Jeter one where they did the wives and he's dressed up in drag?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
OJ ever
That was a
hosted?
Oh,
pretty-
yes, yes.
Is it David
yes,
Wells
yes.
sitting beside him?
I think so,
Yeah, he was.
OJ did host it
Okay.
in
Oh.
1978. I looked it up this morning who all hosted it. I think
Now,
Travis.
you think you could find that OJ episode on the list in the stream? That's pretty accessible.
1978. That's like
Well, they
prime
wiped-
SNL.
They wiped that shit.
Travis Kelce got to be the lowest profile athlete to ever host it. I mean,
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
Did Gronk ever do it?
yeah, but he's a Hall of Fame tight end. He's not like Peyton Manning. He's not like Derek Jeter. Like these are everybody. Michael Jordan. These other guys are like the goats of the goats. And Travis Kelce's
Yeah.
an entertaining guy. It's interesting that he got to do it. That's all.
You got to remember, listen, the show's in
He's
a
hot right now,
decline.
though.
He's hot right now. He's a personable guy. 2 Super Bowls. Like, what are you going to do?
I'm not saying he
I like
didn't.
his brother better.
He was on there as well.
Oh,
Whoever
well,
would
I
have
like him
won
better.
would have hosted, apparently.
Really? Jason Kelce got it like that?
No way they would have let him host it.
He's pretty.
Dude, not with Travis Kelce, though. Travis is like the young people. Like, he's.
I don't know. I mean,
One guy's
You know what they might have done? The Kelce brothers.
that's
possible.
That's possible, but
Jason
Jason would have done a very, very good job on his own.
I think he was on there.
Against him, I just think in terms of like
Oh, he had a
popularity
cameo.
and
Yeah, he was on a skit. Yeah.
Anytime I want to cry, I just watch the video of their little podcast talking about the mom, how big of a week the Super Bowl was for their mom, and I just sit there and I just cry and I cry.
The on the field video of
yeah,
mom
I
going up to
cried.
Travis and Jason is well.
Oh.
She goes up to Jason first, and he's like, "I'm fine, I'm
So
fine.
great
Go
with
find
Trav.
Travis." So,
Oh.
yeah, it was very nice.
good big brother, classic big brother move.
Oh,
He just had his third daughter.
kills me.
Congrats.
You talk about
Congrats.
here's a weird one, and for some reason I could be dead wrong. Did Nancy Kerrigan host fucking SNL?
Where did this
She
come
did.
from?
I got a weird
She did.
fucking brain. I'm telling you, I got a weird fucking brain. And SNL is on my TikTok algorithm.
She did, and she was terrible. She was god
She's
awful.
awful.
Chris Everett hosted it.
Cardi B.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Travis Kelce's more known than and higher profile than Chris fucking Everett.
No chance. Not what she was in the '80s. She was a huge star.
Oh, I'm getting confused.
Who
Did Simone Biles host?
I don't think so.
I think Simone did.
This is how
You
ingrained.
thought it was Jim Everett.
Yes,
No, how? So that's the next.
that's
thing
how
I wanna know.
ingrained that show is. That clip
You've
is in
seen
my
that
mind.
clip, right?
Chris.
What?
When the guy flips the table, Jim Everett.
On Jim Rome.
Jim Rome is going because he said you
Yeah.
play like Chris Everett is a woman. You play like Chris Everett, and he just keeps calling that was his shtick. Chris Everett, joined by the quarterback, Chris Everett. And Jim Everett's like, listen, I heard you say that. I came on the show. You do that again, like we're going to have a problem. And he goes, okay. So Chris flips the table.
Have you ever?
He falls down. See if you could pull it up. He has.
That's 35 years ago,
so
Jim.
funny.
We should be able to see that.
I remember as a kid. You wait till you see his ESPN2 logo. It's like ingrained in our brains.
Yeah.
Where does that rank for you as like rewatchable? Like
It's
flip outs?
way up there.
It's so up there.
Way up there.
I love teaching you these.
Jim Everett is being a pro, and he's like,
Yes.
hey, trying. I came on here. You're not going to say it again.
I bet you I do, Chris.
That's why a guy like Jim Rome is such a
That's funny.
You know his shtick because he's only trying to say things to piss people off.
We're going to be able to pull that up, Booze?
It was the way he delivered it. The delivery was what made it so perfect because he just paused and then went with.
Best.
Check that. Chris Everett, good to have you on the show.
You know what? You've been calling me that for about the last 5 years.
About 2 years, actually, Chris.
Well, hey, you know what? Let me say one thing.
smug
In that
fuck.
game, how many sacks did I have that we came back and won?
How many sacks did you
Yeah,
have?
how many sacks?
Well, see, but this was
Get
back in
the fuck.
1989.
Okay, that was
See,
about
you may have
6.
even been Jim Everett back there, but somewhere along the way, Jim, you ceased being Jim and you became Chris.
Well, let me tell you a little secret. That, we're sitting here right now, and if you guys want to take a station break, you can. But if you call me Chris Everett to my face one more time...
I already did it
you better-
twice.
You better, if you call it one more time, we better take a station break.
Well, it's a 5-minute segment, our 5-segment show. We got a long way to go.
Well, we do.
We got a long way to go.
We do.
I'll get a couple segments out
Well,
of you
it's
before.
good to be here with you, though.
Well, it's good to see you,
because
too.
you've been talking like this behind my back for a long
But
time.
now I said it right here.
Right, exactly.
Well, we got no problems
Well,
then.
I think that you probably won't say it again.
I bet I do.
Okay.
Chris?
Just got real.
Look at Rome just go flying.
Collapse. He just collapsed.
I bet I do.
That's
awesome.
All right, thanks.
Like as a kid, that was just the best.
Okay,
Dude.
Chris.
'Cause he was being all big and tough. I bet I'll say it again.
Yeah,
and as soon as Everett came across, he just like turned into Jello.
Rome's
Hold
such
it
a
over.
More NFL stuff. So we got quarterback Saints signing Carr. The Titans are shopping Henry. That report came out. That shouldn't be a surprise though.
Oh.
You get the juice out of the running back. You
can
let somebody else finish.
get a lot out of him. Try to get back a lot. It's
Is
not
there a window officially closed?
I think so. I think the Titans are done at the top level.
I mean, do you still stick with Tannehill even?
I think Tannehill's out the door. I think Derrick Henry is probably the tread on the tires is getting a lot. They already moved on from A.J. Brown last year, which kind of probably closed their window before.
Yeah, I mean they definitively lost that trade.
Yeah.
The Burks. I mean, it's still early, but
Burks could turn into something.
his skill set's strong. But
you can get
Tough
close.
to turn into what A.J. Brown is.
I mean, yeah, of course.
You can get close. You can get in the discussion. You have to have a superb quarterback in this league.
Yeah.
You could do that running. You could do that, running back, slow it down, defense. You got to have a superstar quarterback.
Honestly, also,
That's the way
if
it goes.
Henry does get traded, be prepared for the Twitter going nuts because it's going to be like for like a third rounder or some shit. People are going to lose their minds over. Be like, how did this happen?
How old is Derrick Henry?
Oh, so he came out. He was 2016 draft because he was 2015 Heisman winner. So 16 was 7 years ago. He's probably 22. I'm going to guess he's 28, 29, 30, somewhere in there.
So he's
Perfect
like
time to
40.
He's
like
29.
40 in running back years.
Yeah. Although,
Yeah,
I
okay,
mean,
got
it
it.
just depends because he's probably taking a whole lot of hits, but maybe his body's just different than everybody
But then
else.
again, he didn't start taking those hits to the NFL.
He literally
His
is
high
built
school
for that.
highlights are unbelievable.
He looks like an elephant in an antfield.
Yeah, it's like
He didn't even get touched.
Why did you let kids play against him? It
This
was-
kid's sitting here in like 6th grade
This is
in
mean.
like physics trying to tackle this fucking kid.
and you could see kids on that tape trying to get themselves blocked or trying to, or they got the angle and they just run a little bit slower.
It's like, oh, let me just not get there.
They don't quite get there. Pick Central brought to you by the Barstool Sportsbook. It is the best place to gamble on sports. It has Barstool exclusive like picks and parlays from people like Big Cat, Brandon Walker, El Prez, and other much smaller, much more insignificant, much uglier, much stupider personalities to follow or fade. You have tons of ways to bet. Daily odds boost, including the Good Players Score Parlay and Megan's Boosted Parlay available tonight. You have a Boosted Parlay available tonight, Megan.
I do have a boosted parlay available for tonight.
Live in-game bets, move the line plus teasers, and Parlay Plus to bet within same games or across sports. It's easy to navigate and use. You've got data and content that keeps you informed, easy and secure registration, more ways to deposit and withdraw. Download today. Use code PICK, P-I-C-K, no S, To create an account, you get a $1,000 new player bonus. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. You must be 21 or over to participate. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. College basketball.
I still can't believe Mintz accepted that apology.
Why? What in our history? What in
I
his
just
history
can't
at
believe
this,
it.
What in his history at this company suggests to you he wouldn't do that?
It's just so outrageous. That might be the most subliminally outrageous thing he's ever done.
And that's saying a lot.
It's not. It's not top 10.
I don't know. I don't know.
You understand that this is the same man who sat in that chair, and as somebody as somebody bum rushed Barstool headquarters, he stood up, said, "Is that my friend Alex Stein?" and sat back down. That happened.
Yeah, but this is.
Poor Za. He looked like he was about to cry. No one makes Za cry on my watch.
We just gotta stop sending storm chasers to SEC games. The SEC values the $250,000 fine. First of all, that fine is ridiculous. It's stupid. But these teams make hundreds of $millions a year. $250 is nothing, but they value that $250 over everything.
Yeah, people are flipping out to me. I tweeted like, "All right, another storm," where there was like 8 seconds left for the game, and then people like, "They didn't storm." I was like, "Don't you think I would have known that if I tweeted it with 8 seconds left?" Like,
but A&M beats number 2 Alabama on the last day of the regular season. Fucking storm. Let them storm. Let them have fun. Let them enjoy it. A&M was not supposed to be anything this year.
Also, and the Hardos that they were 1.5-point favorites. Fuck off. Who cares?
I don't give a shit about that.
Who cares?
You beat number 2. You beat number 2.
You beat number 2. Yeah, who cares? I get it, but whatever.
Do you think, Rico, and this is, I'm not trying to make fun of you for your ties to Alabama or whatever. They've had 4 games since the kerfuffle with Brandon Miller. They've been a very average basketball team in all 4 games.
Is kerfuffle a word?
Yeah. Please don't interrupt me again when I'm going good. Now he fucked it up. What was I saying?
do you think they're meddling?
They
Do you
look like
think
shit.
And I don't even think that was a
back?
definition of a kerfuffle. Kerfuffle's like a fight.
In 4 games since the Brandon Miller incident,
And
or we found out about the Brandon Miller ties to the murder, they've been average. They went to overtime to beat Carolina. They went to overtime at home to beat Auburn. They came back to beat Arkansas, and they lost on the road at A&M.
Yeah.
Are they done as a top-level team?
They haven't been shooting the ball great. So, I mean, when you shoot a boatload of threes, that's always kind of been the
You
recipe.
know what's crazy about it? Brandon Miller's been great. He's been fine.
Yeah, the outside shooting everywhere else has not been great. Yeah, I think if they play like shit in the first round of the SEC, you need to win that again, and then get knocked out in the, what would that be, the semis, in like a really bad effort, then I'm starting to worry about a full 6-game effort of like not that great. They go in, they run through the SEC and remind everybody like, hey, we're still here, dick's on the table. Less worried. But, yeah, it's just really just shooting. I mean, they take a ton of shots from 3. They're difficult shots sometimes.
Yeah.
They're very athletic. They're still playing okay defense. I think motivation is a lot of the factor, too. Like, they were at the top of the league. Saturday didn't really mean much. They've been at the top of the country for the year. It's like, all right, now we're in one-and-done mode. I could see them turning on, like, all right, let's stop fucking around and get going.
think
if they don't, yeah, you could be worried. Absolutely.
I think this is the weakest crop of number 1 seeds in the history of the NCAA tournament.
It's as open as it's ever going to be, I feel like.
Your number 1s, you know who the number 1s are. Who do you think the number 1s are as of right now?
UCLA's got to be one.
Yeah.
Purdue, I guess.
No.
I guess.
So as of now,
replacing Purdue.
The latest projection
that's
I
right.
saw,
Kansas.
Houston, Kansas, Bama, and either UCLA or Purdue. That's basically, it's going to come down to those 5, I think.
When you say the weakest 1 seeds, though, have those teams not been at the top pretty much from early in the game?
They have, but do you fear any of those teams? Like
No,
Kansas,
I don't.
I'm going to put Kansas aside because they won it last year, so give them the respect. But if I'm a 2 and I got Bama right now, I feel great. If I'm a 2 and I got Purdue, I feel great. If I'm a 2 and I got Houston, I don't feel great because of that defense, but
shit conference.
feel okay. This isn't like the years where it would be Duke and Kansas and Villanova and these teams that you just can't see how they will get beat. These are all beatable. These are the most beatable ones I've ever
Houston
seen.
did just barely get by Memphis on a buzzer beater. I mean, granted, Memphis usually does have Houston's number, but doesn't that just show you that, like, literally Temple and Memphis are the teams that can beat Houston? I feel like that means anyone can beat Houston.
Yeah, and Alabama thumped them, right?
No. Was down, needed to come back, and ended up beating Houston by like 8, I want to say. No, 6 with free throws. I think they won that game by 6 to 8.
I just think it's wide open again.
Around Christmas.
It's going to be a test of how much do names matter, how much does name value matter in conference in basketball. Because again, last year we thought it was wide open. Final Four had Duke, North Carolina, Villanova, and Kansas. This year, though, do we have a chance to see just wild cards all over the place? I feel like we do.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions with everything. I mean, listen, there's not a lot of coaching experience. I think a lot of these teams, even the 1 seeds, all have kind of an Achilles heel. You go right down all of it. Bama shoots too many threes. Houston plays in a Fugazi conference. Kansas doesn't have a center, whether you think it's UCLA or Purdue. UCLA, go look at UCLA's resume. Not a lot of great wins in a bad conference. And Purdue is 6-5 in the last 11. Like,
they've been bad.
I don't like a team that's played themselves out of a 1. And I'll tell you what, Purdue fucks around and loses in the quarters. You see Purdue fall into a 3, potentially?
I don't know if they fall that far.
I'm just saying. I don't.
They might. I don't know.
I don't like the way they're trending. So, yeah, everybody has an Achilles heel, for
I feel
sure.
like this is going to be in the tournament. I feel like it's going to be a big mid-major year.
Yeah.
I would
Think
love
so?
to see that.
Just there's no true dominant teams. I feel like everyone can get on it.
Yeah, but
Well, I was
mid-major
watching-
teams. There's not a lot of at-large bids for mid-major teams.
Well,
But I'm saying even that ones that goes and runs in their conference.
I was watching
they're gonna-
yesterday.
I think they're going to excel. Like these veteran teams, like
Drake beat the shit out of Bradley yesterday.
I'm saying, like a team like that. Like
And I'm thinking Drake.
is like a 13 or 12. Like,
Nobody's going to want
I don't
Drake.
want to see
No.
them. No way.
Yeah.
the kid's son, coach's son, is their best player too. Is a sophomore.
Do you know
DeVries, whatever his last name is?
there's someone in this office whose brother is the starting point guard for Drake?
Who?
Kyle Enright. He works on the live events team. His brother Connor Enright, I believe, is the starting point guard.
Oh shit.
Well, let's get him in here. Let's get some info.
I'm going to tell you right now.
He's a good guy.
What info are we going to get?
So the Patriot League is lunacy. I don't know if Lafayette's in the final, but they're in the final.
Aren't they?
It should be. That should
Yeah.
be Saturday
Wednesday.
morning.
It's Wednesday, isn't it?
Oh, they moved it.
I think it's
Okay.
Wednesday. I saw this.
For a lot of years, they played it there. Coach got thrown out.
They got an interim coach.
Interim coach, ton of losses, like 10 games below 500. They win in double overtime yesterday, and Lafayette's like 12-22 playing Colgate in the final. I don't think Lafayette's going to win. Be a great story if they did.
Colgate has like 1 loss, right?
Colgate.
Nah, more than one because they
Pretty
play a
solid,
tough
though.
non-conference. But Colgate gave Wisconsin a lot last year. I remember you kept being like,
they were good.
And I was texting you like behind the scenes. I'm like, I'm telling you, take Colgate. Now Colgate back to a covered, but they were in that game for a lot, long
winning-
period
they were
of time.
winning a lot of the
yes,
game.
winning the game. Colgate's going to give somebody a run this year for sure, Colgate can win the game for sure.
Do you think Oral Roberts has another chance to get in and cause some stir this year? Anyone?
Asmus is good.
That's what I'm saying. He's still there. He's the one that put y'all out. 2 years was it last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
So Aiden Dwayne Washington couldn't hit water. Fell out of a boat too.
I just don't like going back to the well on a team that it seems like now everybody knows about.
Right.
Now,
But Loyola kind of did it
yeah,
when they did the Final Four run. Then they came back
That
and beat
big
Illinois
ugly
next year.
motherfucker. He was so big and so
Ludwig, or
ugly.
whatever his name was. Krutwig was his name, I think.
Yeah.
Something wig.
Cameron
Kurtwig. Cameron
they're
Kurtwig.
saying
That's what
Oral
I
Roberts.
God on their side.
Oral Roberts will be a 12. Like Cornell might be a 13, 14. Drake is a 12. Iona is a 12. They're talking about with Patino.
Iona could.
There's a
could cause
lot of
trouble.
like if you're a Big Ten team, ACC team, and you're sitting on the 4-5 line, Big East, like oh fuck, like there's a lot of landmines out there with these mid majors. You're right.
Fun fact about Lafayette: if they make the tournament, they'll be the first team with less than 13 wins to make the tournament since Florida A&M in 1999.
Oh yeah, remember that
Yeah,
Rattlers team well.
Yep, that great team.
Mm-hmm. They lost to Michigan State.
No, 1999.
Okay.
UConn.
They lost to Duke.
Duke.
If I had to guess, Duke was an overall number 1 in '99. They were loaded. They should have won. Khalid El-Amin ripped my heart out.
Yeah, I just looked it up. There's a box score 99-58. Duke won that game.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's a tournament guy. That's a guy dialed in for this week.
That's
Got
next
his
week.
haircut.
Yeah, but
He's
this
just dialed
conference championship week almost as good as the tournament. Conference championship week is good.
Yeah. Now, if I gave you tickets right now, said you can go to one conference tournament this week, which one are you going to? By the way, the Big East tournament's going to be across the street.
I know.
To me, it's
got to be Big 12.
To me, it's Big East or Big 12. Yeah, Big East is just fun. They're just fun to watch.
I think the
SEC's fun to watch too. Even
I think
though
the
they're
SEC
great.
and the Big Ten are sneaky. Like the Big Ten's got like 4 or 5 teams that can
Like the
get
Big
up and
12
win that
has
one.
so many good teams.
The Big Ten, the Big Ten's so weird. Like if one of these lower seeds won it, I wouldn't or made a run. I
It
wouldn't.
wouldn't be shocked. Like the Big 12 is going to be great because of how good all those teams are, but all those teams are getting in anyway. Like there's no
pretty
there's
much.
no drama there. I don't
I'm
think
gonna cheat.
anybody's jumping up and getting that thing.
I'm going to say the
to me, it's just-
quarters I would go to the Big East, and then if I was a millionaire, I get on my private jet and go to the semis at the Big 12. Because I still think, like Baylor, Iowa State's falling apart, so I think Baylor's going to handle them. Kansas will handle whoever's in that 8-9 game. Texas, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma doesn't scare me. And Kansas State, TCU is a war. But the Big East
You say
is way
Oklahoma doesn't scare you until Oklahoma
yeah.
comes and just wins outright.
But the Big East, I think, just has those teams are all very similar. That tournament, the Garden, like it all. But I think the Big 12 semis will be really, really good. Kansas, Baylor, Texas, Kansas State, TCU, whoever wins that game.
I mean, I'd say Big 12 because I think you're just watching the highest level of basketball.
Here are my 3 favorite picks as far as winning conference tournaments goes this week. You can get Kentucky. I think it's even crept up again after I wrote this down. This morning you get Kentucky plus 450 to win the SEC. Yesterday you could have got them at 550.
On a 400.
It might be down at 400. Kentucky hasn't won it since 2018, which is surprising to me. I thought they won it every year. They won it 4 straight years from 14 to 18. They win it more than anybody. It is a home game for them. Every Kentucky fan goes to Nashville for the SEC tournament. And Alabama's a little weak, and I think A&M's okay. I mean, they're pretty good, but I think Kentucky could possibly win it. I like Memphis plus 550 to win that conference.
I had them circled.
Does Houston have to win it? No. Houston doesn't go to this tournament needing to win anything, and Memphis just came with an eyelash of beating them yesterday. And then I like Indiana plus 5-1 to win the Big Ten. I don't think Purdue's all that good, and Indiana has played a lot better basketball down the stretch of the season, and I like Indiana to win that one.
I'll go a little deeper in the ACC.
Well, that's an insult.
I like NC State at 16-1.
I liked NC
I like
State
that.
as well.
Got
I
the
took a little
bye.
flyer on them.
Yep, they're going to get Virginia Tech or Notre Dame. Both seem kind of dead to me. I think they get through that fairly easy. Clemson in the quarters, and then Virginia in the semis, and then you're sitting on house money getting into a final with either Miami or Duke. NC State at 16-1 would be how I play that.
When you said I'm going deeper, I thought you were going to a small conference. You went to the goddamn ACC.
A lot of these small conferences have really
He's going
started
deeper
yet.
in the ACC.
Hey, Megan.
That's just
He
I'm
knows-
defending
Megan-
Rico.
Megan-
You were being mean about his hair.
Megan?
You need people on his side.
He knows what he said. Okay, he knows what he said.
I think you have to play Nova. What do you feel about Nova at 550?
One who I know they have
down.
they just threw up a stinker.
I was like 800.
Providence at 12-1. I think is intriguing.
I kind of like
I
Providence.
think
as well.
Providence is way more intriguing.
UConn's
than,
playing really well though, man.
What about Creighton?
I
Well,
don't blame them.
the thing with Villanova is they don't have to face Marquette or UConn till the end.
Think about who?
Villanova.
Nova.
Yeah. But they have to get either.
And
Zay- yeah.
they have experience, first year coach.
How did
but
Providence
a
just
lot of
get
the starters
smacked
are back.
around like that?
By the way, was that the least juice a pair of Duke North Carolina games have ever had this year?
Yeah,
People-
easily.
They were nothing.
Marty's saying like they have no juice. Dude, there's no juice.
They played in the Final Four last year,
There's no juice.
and then they get here this year, and neither of those games made a
They better
ripple.
like that's what I'm saying. Like the coaches matter in that rivalry just as much. Like they better hope these two are the right guys because let's say Carolina resets twice in 10 years. Like that hurts it for a sport that's not covered as great as it once was. Like I think Shire's doing better than Hubert Davis, but again, it's only been 1 year for him. He went out and got this big recruiting class. They're not really that great. I just hope that rivalry doesn't keep resetting. And I don't ever want to be in a position where casual college basketball fans are going, oh, shit, yeah, he's the coach of Duke? That should never be a fucking question.
What's going on here?
My foot itched, and I'm scratching my foot. Is that okay? I took my shoe off, and I'm scratching my foot.
With your big toe?
No, with my other shoe.
Oh,
Oh, see.
okay.
And I got sunflower socks on.
I already complimented you on those, so I will not be doing that again.
You haven't seen these.
Yeah, I did. I complimented you like the third day I was on the show on your sunflower socks.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I did.
And when you have sunflower socks, you can take your shoes. And you know what? I'm just going to take my shoes off.
The way the Big Ten is, do you see anybody?
I mean, that's what you do on mass transit. So
I think
see any flyer? You see any flyers in the Big Ten? Like Illinois. I'm looking at Illinois 18-1.
I feel like Illinois has to be the only viable answer.
You want to know, as much as it sickens me to say it, like Michigan feels like a weird team that they can make a run.
Well, it does seem like the 8-9 always beats somehow always beats the 1.
I just don't think anybody in this conference can beat Purdue.
I don't think Juwan Howard can coach.
No.
I will say though,
Their
Purdue
team
is
is talented
fighting.
as shit.
That's fine. I don't think Juwan Howard can coach.
No, that lends to you.
Yeah.
That he's not
I just
great coach
don't-
when you have a bunch of great players and their team's not that.
These motherfuckers were on the free throw line with 6 seconds left yesterday. 6!
Mm-hmm.
And he had the guy miss it on purpose. And they ended up getting a shot at the end. But if they hadn't missed it on purpose, they were only down 1. They foul immediately. They would have had 5.5 seconds to get the ball up the court. As it was, they had 3.1 or something like
Shocking.
that. It was
But as far as
terrible.
I couldn't believe he did it with 6 seconds left.
6 seconds left. You've got time to foul again or try to steal. What the
crazy.
fuck are they doing?
Absolutely crazy.
But in the Big Ten, Purdue don't they have to win the tournament in order to get the 1 seed for the dance? Or am I wrong on that?
Yeah, they're playing themselves. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think they need to win the way. Well, they can't not win and UCLA wins. Then they're cooked.
I think they might be cooked already. I don't think. I don't know.
I haven't just been impressed with. I mean, like obviously Edie is very impressive, and like obviously them losing Ivy from last year, and then still being number 1 for the majority of the year says something. But just like watching them, I don't ever feel this like oh yeah, they're the team that's going to cut down the nets. I haven't felt that all year after watching.
So
that
from
team.
an AP perspective, Purdue is number 5 in today's poll that just came out. They're behind number 1 Houston, UCLA all the way up to number 2 now. It's got 3 first-place votes as well. Kansas at number 3 and Alabama at number 4. Marquette at number 6. Just a quiet-ass team. At
Yeah.
number 6. All right, we can talk about a little NBA before we get out of here. Did y'all see John Morant? He has a gun.
You said a gun,
A gun.
a mini one, a pew pew.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
You don't pay attention to sports?
And that guns. That's Rico's. Rico likes guns, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he likes your right to have them. Go ahead, Rico.
I mean, basketball player with a gun. Like, you got to come down on this.
So
I've always said this.
I just don't.
Situations across the board, like you have to come down on this guy.
You got to show leadership.
He needs to be suspended indefinitely. I would say the coach of Memphis needs to be suspended. Like, where's his leadership?
Yeah.
That's what I say.
It's one of the most outrageous scenarios in all of sports when Gilbert Arenas brought that gun into the locker room.
Yeah. It's
like what?
But John Morant, everybody that talks about this, and I don't feel qualified to talk about it because I don't know him. Everybody that talks about this says he is not who he's trying to portray, and he's trying to portray somebody who's tougher than he really is. That's what people say about him. That's what
He's getting in a fight with kids during
there was a
pickup
lot
games.
of there was a lot of viral pictures of him just looking like a frat boy, kind of like style dress.
And now he's going to
Come
Instagram
from-
Live with flashing a gun.
Come from a good home, you know what I mean? I don't know exactly his but it seemed he didn't grow up as this street life. I don't know. We don't
Memphis
know.
will do that to you, man.
Is it like the scene in The Departed?
901.
You were dropping the R's with your daddy on the fucking weekend.
Yeah, but so John Morant is a superstar in the NBA, and he's doing these things.
He's so talented that shouldn't affect him.
Memphis.
Like
I just couldn't. Like, you're on live and you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's crazy how
He read
What
it
are you
on.
guys
He
doing?
read it on himself.
What are you doing?
they are young. Grizzlies are young, talented, and exciting to watch, and they have turned themselves into the most unlikable team in the league.
John Morant is an endorsement. Before this endorsement's wet dream.
Yeah, he's
A young, budding superstar who's freakish athleticism.
Yeah.
like good-looking kid, like on this great team that's evolving. Like
A dunk magnet.
that's what I'm saying. Like a freak athletically can do
Yeah.
insane things.
highlight
like,
machine.
Memphis
young,
changes.
like-
people.
Talking shit
I,
on
like-
Marty.
Yeah, just like seemed
Team Hank.
seemed personable. Like he,
Yeah.
just shocking to see that.
The Knicks are back. I don't know if y'all been paying attention.
That was a good game last night. Yeah.
But with Josh Hart, we're a problem.
Josh Hart. I mean, what about IQ? Get him more
but
minutes.
But I'm saying since we've traded for Josh Hart, we've been unbelievable.
Nine game
Have
winning
you just
streak.
look so happy saying that?
9-game winning streak, and they're not beating tomato cans.
No, for
They're,
sure
they're
not.
beating good teams.
Last night was
Brunson
awesome.
was out, and they won against the Chiefs.
Last night was a great performance by everybody. Randall was great. Quickly was incredible.
Celtics need to reconsider who's on their sideline. You
Really?
can't have the best coach on the fucking planet be up in a booth somewhere. You're going to
they're-
keep losing these close games.
They're gonna be okay.
Ev,
I
are you
disagree.
Are you at all worried about Thibodeau just running his guys into the ground? Because it
that's
feels
been a
like
thing
that's
forever.
kind of what's happening.
I mean,
You know that
we'll
was
see, we'll see what happens for the playoffs because that sure looked like what happened against the Hawks a couple years ago.
I mean,
but-
they put up like, if you go look at that double overtime game, Obi Toppin played 10 minutes. Emmanuel quickly put up 50.
Quickly didn't sit out the second half or overtime.
no.
that was
He was
the-
unbelievable.
Well, with Brunson, we kind of.
I get it, but I mean, it's for a breather.
That was the story that came out in the 90s with Pat Riley. That these guys were playing all these minutes and they would go to practice for 4 hours. And it was like,
He just doesn't trust
they're
anybody.
going to fucking die.
He's got like his guys and like he's like
the Knicks were burnt out.
Like
at the end
Randall's
every
playing
time.
40.
It's like, Riley,
Randall's
what are
playing
you
46
doing?
Is that in
minutes.
the book?
Brunson's playing 46 minutes.
Yes, but also like having listened to Francesa and the documentaries and stories and shit, like talk radio, like
I still haven't read that book.
it's a good book.
In the Garden.
You
I
tell me
started it.
John Starks couldn't run up and down the court for 48 minutes?
Yeah, but Anthony Mason, what do you think he was running up and down the court for 48? Allen Houston,
Oh, in Houston.
Houston was the
Eric
second,
Harper.
second wave. yeah.
Patrick, obviously.
Let's just do all the 90s.
The craziest, they're still the
Let's
craziest.
knock out the 90s Knicks real quick.
Quickly.
Yeah, Herb
Charles
Williams,
Smith.
John Wallace.
Horace Grant?
Larry
for a
Johnson.
Second, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
No, he was Bulls, and where'd he go?
Magic.
Magic.
That's right.
Larry
Um,
Johnson, Herb Williams,
Yep. Pretty well at the end.
Chris Dudley, Spreewell, Chris Childs,
Yep.
Charlie Ward,
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Ewing, obviously.
Jeff Van Gundy needs to shut
Patrick
his fucking
Ewing.
mouth.
That was a nice cadence.
What did he
Jeff
say?
Van Gundy crying about
He's
now.
just he's just an anti-Embiid gentleman, and he needs to shut his mouth.
Why would he be anti-Embiid?
He just is.
I bet he's not anti-Embiid. I bet he said one small little thing and you've taken it seriously.
No, he's anti.
What did he say?
He was just blowing Jokic and.
Okay, well, that's not anti-Embiid.
Oh no, he was blowing Jokic while Embiid was playing.
Okay, that's not
The
anti-Embiid.
Nuggets weren't on the TV
That's not
as
anti-Embiid.
anti-Embiid.
When is Steph coming back?
He just came
Just
back.
came
He was,
back.
he was
Did he?
back yesterday.
Is anyone going to call out
They
Giannis
lost,
for stat
so,
padding?
Did y'all see that?
If we're going to call Jokic out for stat padding,
Well, we remember when Ricky Davis did this last decade.
Didn't Ricky Davis do it at the wrong hoop, though?
Yeah, he threw it off.
He-
But Giannis just runs right up to the goal, just knocks it off the rim and catches it as a rebound. He got himself a triple-double. Did you see it?
it's
No,
the
I didn't
most
see it.
I actually don't hate it because that probably paid somebody a lot of money.
it's the most blatant stat padding. I know the Ricky Davis one is like pretty obvious too, but that Giannis one was
There's no more
egregious.
than Russell Westbrook's entire career.
I think it'd be more stat padding if he did it and then caught it and put it in.
Maybe do it a couple times.
Yeah, just a couple times.
That's Arian Foster. He works here. Yeah,
Bucks lost their winning streak.
they did.
Yeah,
They did. They bounced back and won the
Who'd
next
they
one.
lose to though?
I don't know. Who'd they lose to?
I don't know. It was a good game. I think you had a player put up, 38, 10, and 9?
Was it Jokic?
No, it was James Harden, actually.
Oh, when I hear 38, 10, and 9, well, that's actually not
Yeah.
10 and 9 is not enough for
Jokic ain't getting above 35
What are you sitting at? Where are the Sixers? 2? 3?
right now. But, I mean, they usually match up and play the Bucks well. They can't beat the
If the West ended today, which it won't, the Warriors and the Suns are 4 and 5. They would match up in the first round. How incredible!
Yeah,
would
I
that
was
be?
saying that last. I think one of them
Yeah, one of
should
them's
try to
gonna
But the West is
on purpose.
the West is way too tight. I mean,
travesty.
the West is way too tight. So the Warriors will probably massage it to where they play the Kings or something. They'll be able to do that.
Can we take a moment before you talk and just shout out Ev one more time for his flu game today? I mean, I don't know anyone that'll come back from Vegas on a red eye and then come and sit next to y'all. So shout
Megan,
out
Wait
Ev.
a second.
I've been waiting all day for someone to say it. Thank you.
Thank you, but Megan, Ben Mintz has said he's taken many red eyes from the Midwest and even the Central Time Zone back to New York in the afternoon. So
That's one of
I
the
don't.
that's one of the untalked about things about Ben Mintz. He thinks a red eye is any plane that takes off in the AM.
No, red eyes it takes off.
Red eyes at night.
I
No,
know, but Ben Mintz
He
has
thinks
said
it's any flight that takes off in the AM. If he takes a 8 a.m. flight to get here, he said I took the red eye. All right,
from the Central Time Zone.
Big Av, your picks.
I have Hofstra -7.5, Chattanooga +4, and BYU +7. I think it can be close with St. Mary's tonight.
Megan, what's your picks?
My picks are they're not up. Okay, Youngstown State -3, Montana -5. I'm also with Big Ev on BYU, and I have a parlay coming that's going to be Hofstra money line, Furman money line, and UM Milwaukee plus the 3.5.
You mean UW Milwaukee?
I'm dyslexic. I do that every time.
No, you don't. That's not what this. Okay.
Just on
My
Furman.
dyslexia is different.
Rico, go.
Furman minus the 5.5.
Smitty, go.
Jets, Sharks.
There he goes.
Remember the Jets. We're back, baby. And anybody thinking about betting the Sixers tonight, I would highly advise it.
I've been waiting for Smitty to get back on his bullshit. Jets minus 1.5. Jets over 3.5.
Do your picks.
You know what? Relax. I got Youngstown State minus 4, and I got Pacers in the association plus 6.5.
There you go.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Well, it opened at 8, now it's 6.5. So that you know,
It's a perfect Doc Rivers game to just shit himself
I
after.
haven't seen him in a while, and we do have to take care of basketball. But you guys want to be bandwagon Rangers guys when they start making this push towards the cup?
Yeah, I think I do.
Like all in, right?
They're that good?
Like all in.
I think I do. Yeah.
I don't think Avery will.
Obnoxious. I know, but he's.
Oh,
he's the
I'm a
best,
big
but-
Zabinajad guy.
Yeah.
Zabinajad.
Since they got Patrick Kane, like all in.
We got Patrick Kane.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're fucking lit.
Bandwagon.
Yeah.
All right.
We still got the bread man, right?
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Speaking
Aaron?
of shitting
Yeah.
down their legs,
Igor Net.
Yeah, we got Igor and Ned.
Bring back the King for a game.
Who's
I said, speaking of
Glenny
shitting
will
down
get
legs,
mad
did y'all
too.
see
Like
that
some
picture
people will
here,
get
Jim?
mad at us, and it'll piss off Frankie. But I like it.
Oh no, Frankie and Glennie are gonna get mad.
Well, no, Glenny's a Ranger fan, but
I think what we should do is go balls in as Rangers fans and just say like fuck the King, like he never won a shit.
All right, yes.
Because all of them they suck his dick.
We need it as a group effort. I knew you'd be in on it.
He never did.
It's right around that time when you're not all the way in on baseball yet.
Let's do it.
All right, we're in. As long
We're
as
in.
the three of us are in.
It's gonna be fun.
Megan, you
It's
in?
gonna be fun.
All right.
Rangers win the cup. I'm gonna have to put a future on that.
We double down even more, and actual Ranger fans were like, "You're a fraud. You haven't rooted with us. You haven't skated with us, played with us." All right.
Go Rangers.
Go Rangers. Jack's up next.
Sell the team players.